Hello, I'm Caroline, and I'm the Director of Finance and Support Services for Tigon Games. The purpose of these videos is to go over the models and techniques that you may find useful as you develop your coaching practice. Cognitive behavioural coaching is a particularly useful technique to help a coachee control their emotions, thoughts, and beliefs. This video is about Marcus, our newest game designer, and how he got into a right old stew about, well, nothing, and how cognitive behavioural coaching helped him identify some of the distortions that he was making about his various situations. It all started when Marcus overheard two of his colleagues speaking about the chief executive, Alex, who is my younger sister. Alex is single-minded about turning our company round quickly. As a result, she was called a hatchet woman. Marcus then overhears me speaking with William, head of finance. Alex attended a meeting of the design team. When Marcus asked her about one of his projects, she said she had no time for that right now, even though she had listened to one of the other designers' ideas at length. Notice that Marcus's recollection does not match with what occurred. This can often happen when coaching someone with emotional issues. Marcus's boss, Julia, tells him to buck up. Marcus steels himself to say good morning to Alex and I. But we blank him and carry on chatting. Julia tells Marcus he must report to Alex, Anna, who is chair of the board, and I for a meeting about him. Marcus is very worried. He is now convinced that he will be sacked. His evidence. Another potential round of sackings. Last in, first out. Alex not having time for him. Julia telling him to buck up. Being ignored by Alex and I. And now a meeting with the three witches. I was having my regular chat with my colleague and board member Fiona, who is Director of IT. We both discussed how withdrawn Marcus had become. Normally he is bouncing with energy. Fiona suggested that she has a chat with him. An excellent idea. Fiona is an exceptional leader of people. Fiona is going to go through the cognitive behavioural coaching cycle with Marcus. She will explore how an activating event, such as hearing that there may be another round of sackings or being told to buck up, leads to automatic thoughts. These are the first things that comes into one's head, such as negative beliefs, distortions, misinterpretations. For example, hearing that last in, first out means that Marcus, being the last one in, will actually be the first one out, which in turn leads to emotions and feelings, such as Marcus getting a sick feeling in his stomach, his breathing becoming more rapid, and his mouth dry, which in turn leads to changes in behaviour. For example, Marcus becoming withdrawn. And each time another activating event occurs, the person goes back round the cycle, and the thoughts, feelings and behaviours become more intense, with Marcus becoming unable to sleep, for example. Fiona used cognitive behavioural coaching to break the pattern by causing Marcus to dispute the link between each activating event and the conclusion that he had subsequently drawn. She challenged each of Marcus's automatic thoughts. about the activating events, asking him what other reasons could there be for what he had heard and seen. For example, did he have any concrete evidence that last in, first out referred to him or anyone else at Tigon? After all, if it was discussion about redundancy, wouldn't HR be involved rather than two financial specialists? By the end of this process, Marcus realised that he did not have a shred of concrete evidence that he was going to be sacked. And he realised that he had been so fixated on being sacked that he had forgotten about all the praise he had been given. He said that he had let things get on top of him over a period of weeks. The owner advised that he should get things off his chest with Julia or a colleague rather than bottle it up. Marcus said he felt as though a load had been lifted from him. He was still nervous about the meeting with the three witches, but would approach it from a much more positive perspective. Hopefully this video has shown you how cognitive behavioural coaching can be used safely to coach individuals with emotional intelligence issues. Remember to speak with your coaching supervisor or refer the person to, for example, a counsellor if you think the issues are more deep-set. For more information, there is an article in the research area of the shared Google Drive on this topic. Our videos on generalizations, distortions and deletions will help you with questions for the coachees. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments, suggestions or need more information, then do get in touch. Well, that's another session done. Was it okay? Was my lisp that bad?